Here is something to think about. Consistent positive eating habits and exercise lead to weight loss and better health. Consistent basketball, football, and soccer coaching lead to championships. So imagine what consistent coaching and training for your team would lead to. Most founders know their team has potential, they just need the right structure to unlock it. Yet training often gets pushed aside for urgent matters, creating a vicious cycle. When your team lacks the skills to work efficiently, fires multiply, leaving even less time for development. Here's why making this happen is critical. Consistent team training is your competitive advantage. While your competitors are stuck firefighting with underdeveloped teams, you're building a machine that consistently gets stronger. That gap compounds fast. Hit subscribe to stop firefighting and start scaling. I drop videos every week. Here's something that might surprise you. Research shows the single biggest driver of business impact isn't your product, your market position, or even your talent. It's your learning culture. Companies with strong learning cultures don't just crush their business goals. Their people are less stressed, more productive, and actually happy at work. That's not a trade-off. That's a win-win. The ROI is massive. Studies show that every dollar invested in employee development can return $5 or more. But here's the stat that really stopped me in my tracks. Companies with comprehensive training programs have 218% higher income per employee than those without. We're not talking about an expense. We're talking about one of the smartest investments you can make. But honestly, the numbers don't even capture the full picture. The peace of mind, reduced stress, better sleep, and freedom that come from having a trained team are priceless. If you're dealing with any of these challenges, the hidden costs are crushing your bottom line. High turnover, chaos, and constant firefighting. Talented team members getting frustrated because they can't meet targets. Being pulled in multiple directions without clear priorities. Zero visibility into what your team is working on day to day. These aren't just annoyances, they're symptoms of a team that hasn't been equipped with battle-tested processes for success. This is like sending soldiers into battle without proper equipment or training. Your team needs consistent coaching and training in the fundamentals that separate struggling companies from scaling ones. Let me break down what your team needs. Communication that prevents confusion and chaos. Clear, structured communication frameworks that eliminate the constant back and forth. Meeting excellence, preparing in advance and providing quality updates so meetings drive decisions instead of wasting time. Project delivery, scoping, tracking, and delivering projects on time, on budget, and stress-free. Data-driven action, turning numbers into actionable insights and responding immediately when metrics go sideways. Operational efficiency, creating SOPs that actually boost efficiency and work in the real world. Emotional resilience, building teams that can deal with difficult people and handle the emotional complexity of business, because running a company is genuinely challenging. Most training fails because it's disconnected from real work. Your team sits through lectures, nods along, then returns to their desk with no idea how to apply anything. Here's what makes effective training different. No lectures. None. These should be working sessions where your team is in the driver's seat, creating actual deliverables, processes, frameworks, templates, and systems they can implement immediately. No theory without action. Every session should produce something usable, an onboarding process, KPI dashboard, SOP, sales enablement framework, project plan, or executive summary. The work should be hands-on and relate directly to daily tasks. The magic happens at the intersection of training, process development, and execution. Your team learns the framework, builds the system, and completes real work, all in the same session. Adult learning research shows that spaced repetition and active participation drive retention. That's why a 2-week rhythm works well. This is the structure I recommend. Week 1, short async videos, 5 to 15 minutes, where team members learn the material and prepare for the live session. They work independently at their own pace on prep that directly relates to their daily work. Not theoretical exercises, but the actual deliverables they need to create. Week 2, a 45-minute live interactive session where the team goes deep together and applies what they've learned. These sessions should include fun quizzes, role-playing real scenarios, roundtable discussions, and sharing real experiences and challenges they're facing right now. This training rhythm works excellent for busy teams. For maximum effectiveness, training should be built on battle-tested processes. Theory won't work. Teams should be learning, building, and executing proven methods that work in the real world. For example, suppose you want your team to learn how to create effective OKRs and KPIs so they are clear on priorities and they can track performance, accountability, and progress toward business goals. By the way, OKR means objectives and key results. It sets the direction and goals. It tells where are we going. KPI means key performance indicators. This measures whether you're on track. It tells how we are performing. I am displaying an example of a training deliverable. The training deliverable should be created based on your firm's requirements. Let's run through this example. The objective is to increase overall company revenue in Q1. The key results we are looking to achieve are increase revenue from 1.2 million to 1.6 million this quarter. Increase average revenue per client from 4,000 to 5,000 this quarter. Finally, the KPIs to make sure we are on track for getting the results we want are monthly new recurring revenue target of about 133,000, weekly number of new leads target of 100, weekly average deal size target of 5,000, weekly number of new clients target of 7. Let me recap how this should work using this example. The team should get trained on the proven process for OKRs and KPIs. They should learn why this is important for the team and the company and how to effectively create them. Then the team should create a deliverable like what I just reviewed to ensure you are on track to meet the company's goals. This same approach, training first, then building the deliverable works for any proven process you need to implement. For instance, client onboarding, project management, financial reporting, communication protocols that prevent chaos, accountability meetings, handling difficult conversations. It works for both hard and soft skills. Your team's potential is already there. They're smart, capable, and want to succeed. What they need is consistent coaching in the fundamentals, working sessions that produce real results, and a learning culture that compounds over time. Just like consistent training produces championship teams in sports, consistent business training produces high-performing teams that scale. The question isn't whether you can afford to invest in team development. It's whether you can afford not to. If you do not want to go through this alone, check out my video, How Founder-Led Companies Build Teams That Don't Break at Scale. The link is in the description. Also, click on subscribe to get access to videos I drop weekly.